recorder. Show him your recorder. The one you use all the time. Oh, he's got 3 of them, but he uses one most of the time.
I recorded the water.
You want?
Even his water.
You want to show him one of your other instruments? Your skills on another one?
Yes.
What's next?
This is what I have recorded.
It's one of those that does not have anything out of place. I mean, he uses
I'm trying to
something,
find it.
puts it back. You know, everything is always, his room is like this all the time.
It's this.
What'd you record this time?
You see?
John's over here. On the right there.
Hands to the right. What happened?
Trying to find it.
You lost it?
No, I didn't lose it. Okay.
The water.
Okay, so what instrument do you want to play now for?
The Jimenez.
Jimenez, which is
The bass.
Oh, okay.
The bass. I play Grupo Signo.
Grupo Signo's what you want?
wow.
Yeah.
Alright,
Grupo Signo.
got it? Come on, you want to sit on the stool so you can adjust your amp? 'Cause we kind of messed up your amp the way we had it, okay?
Okay. My name is Damien, I'm 19 years old, and I go to high school. I'm also autistic. It's autistic.
So I have a little problem speaking.
So I have a little problem speaking.
You gotta see a guy's in.
I'm going along with the commercial.
September 20th, 1998. He was born at Doctors Regional in Corpus, and he remained there for 3 months. He had open heart surgery at, I think he was like maybe 2 months old, at Bristol Children's Hospital, and then they transferred him back to Doctors Regional. And then they found out that his retinas were detaching, and he had one operation there in Corpus on one eye, but the doctor said that he couldn't really help him. So he transferred him to Houston, to a doctor in Houston, and he had 7 more operations there, 4 on each eye, and they could never put his retinas, attach them back. It was too far gone. So since then he's been blind.
Jimenez was born at 25 weeks, so he was very premature. He weighed 1.5 pounds. He's a miracle baby. He wasn't supposed to survive. He survived. Me and Mary Lou, we met when we were in college. We were going to B County. We met a year later. We married. We couldn't have children together, so we adopted 2 young men. Oh, 2
Young boys.
2 young boys. We were 1 and 3, and raised them. One of the boys actually is Damien's father. So we adopted Damien when he was 3 months old. He was born blind, so they decided they weren't going to be able to take care of him. So we decided we'd go ahead and adopt him and take care of him. So we've had Damien since he was 3 months old, and the story begins. That one at the end was given to him by Robert Gomez, a friend. But some of them are gifts. The accordions are all gifts. He's got 3 accordions. Different people.
This one's for cool.
This one's going out for who? He loves that song.
We did not want him to go to the system. We wanted to have someone care for him that would love him and care for him the right way. And that's how he came to us. They asked us if we wanted to adopt him, and we said, or we wanted to take care of him, and we said, yeah, we'll adopt him. He's ours. So since he was 3 months old, we started taking care of him.
When he was 6 years old, we went to Fiesta, Texas on vacation. We went to San Antonio, but we'd gone to Fiesta, Texas. And at that point, we just walked into the park, and he had been throwing up, and then he collapsed. And I carried him to the paramedic station, and they started working on him, and then he flatlined. He actually flatlined, and they brought him back, and they put him in a emergency vehicle, and they drove him to
Texas Children's Hospital.
Lutherans? Well,
It was in San Antonio.
one of the hospitals in Texas Children's Hospital. And he had 105, 104 fever for 4 or 5 days. So
They couldn't figure out what was wrong with him.
they couldn't figure out what was wrong, so eventually they started calling Alice, and they contacted one of the doctors here in town,
He's a pediatrician.
and they found out he had a stomach infection, stomach virus, and then they finally started treating it. But they had him covered in ice for 4 days, in a bed made specially covered in ice because of his fever. After that event happened, that's when we started noticing his autism.
He was in the 4th grade when they tested him, because they started noticing different things. So the school decided to have a psychologist test him, and that's when they told us that he had Asperger's syndrome.
Asperger's is a form of high-functioning autism. Most autistic kids do not show emotion. As you've already seen, Damien is very emotional. I mean, he shows a lot of emotion. He's very loving. Most Asperger kids, like I said, don't show emotion, and they don't communicate. He does have a hindrance with his communication, but other than that, he does fairly good.
He understands what you tell him, and he's pretty bright. He made good grades in school, and he was in the mainstream.
About 20-30 minutes before he goes to school, and then when he gets home, he goes to the Boys and Girls Club every day. He plays for the kids over there, so he plays the keyboard over there. Once he gets back, so he 23:30. He plays about 3 hours at the Boys and Girls Club. Then he gets over here and eats supper. That's ready, and then he plays for another 2 hours. That's on a daily basis. Before this event happened, he would sing. He had some favorite songs. When a Man Loves a Woman was one of his favorites. Yes. And he could cry. Ever since then, he has not cried a single time. He would cry when he was younger. So there's a few things that we've noticed different from him since that event happened. His keyboard playing did not come from the autism or from that, because he started playing the keyboard when he was 3 years old. It was a life changer for us. To be honest with you, Damien can maneuver and do real good with his blindness. His biggest hindrance is his autism because of his communications. We had I don't remember how we got in connection, but Community Action started helping us. They sent a lady that was very helpful for us.
She used to come and work with him when he was still a little boy. And she has stuck with him all through his high school, all through his school years.
The vision teacher. Her name is Julie Flores. She's to be commended. She was a great teacher. She just retired this year.
Yeah. She's helped us a lot, and the school district has too. And they've referred us to different programs, like with DARS in Corpus. And then DARS from there, of course, has opened up some other doors as far as like conferences, places that we've gone to go meet other people.
We've gone to a lot of workshops through the School for the Blind, through the TSBBI, which is a Texas and we've gone to a lot of workshops for autistic children in Austin and San Antonio, Corpus. So we tried to keep in touch, stay educated. Doctors wise, we never did, I'll be honest with you, we never did find a doctor that was, who could really help us with that, with anything on the autism side.
Wow.
We never did. We went to about 3 different doctors and we finally got discouraged.
Yeah, because they would put him on medications and the medications were not really working. So we just got him off of them. But maybe it's, I think, just working with him. That's what helps. And us going to these conferences and places where we can pick up different things we can do for him, how to react. The one thing that sticks out in my mind when we would go to those conferences, like mainly with the blindness, there was other students, other kids there that were older than him, and the one thing they said, always treat us normal. Don't think that because we can't see that we don't know what we're doing or that we can't do something.
Right.
So the main thing was treat us as normal as possible, and that's what we've done for him.
What guitar are you using? What instrument are you using?
That's a jazz guitar.
Let me see. Sure is. We keep him exposed to all events in life. We don't hold him back. He goes to church, he knows his prayers, he goes to school.
A lot of bad trips.
We take him everywhere. This child has never been sheltered. He does everything, so.
And he's got zillions of friends. He's got a very good personality. I mean, he might not act like other kids, but he's got a personality that kids are attached to, and he knows so many of them. Even adults that we don't know, he knows, because they know him. He does that to the girls. That's his favorite.
Most autistic kids, especially with Asperger's, they have something that they really love, they really specialize. Some of them love to learn everything they can, like about dinosaurs. Some of them gotta be anything with wheels, cars, automotive. Some of them music, which is Damien is music. Some of them are very, very talented in drawing. So Damien is more about in the music field. So he knows a lot about music. But yeah, that's the Asperger field of autism, Asperger's.
And this is what Damien likes to do on a daily basis in this room, just
Majority of the time.
This is his heaven on earth. He gets up in the mornings, he'll pick an instrument, he'll play, and he'll go to school after that, and then he comes back and same thing again. He starts playing. That's his life.
It's attention.
Just playing out the drum.
He brings you a toy so you can
Damien's
play
dog,
with.
Louis. On the Asperger's, the autism side, it didn't affect me that much. We've been working with him, taking it in stride. The part that really hurt me was when he was going through the surgeries for the blindness. Because at one time there was hope, lots of hope that he could see.
Yeah, it was mainly the blindness. We knew that that was the rest of his life, not being able to see different things, experience things with his eyes.
I was real close to the church at the time, very close with God. As a matter of fact, after it happened that he couldn't get his eyesight back, I got separated from the church, from God for a long time. To me, he was so young, and I felt that he was going to miss so much. At that time, that was mostly my ignorance, if you ask me, because my son listens with his, he sees with his hands, with his ears, with all his other senses. He does very well. Finally back with God. I'm back. I'm at peace with it, should I say? But it was very hard for us at that time. But you know what? God has given him a different gift. He has given him a gift of music, and my son makes people happy with his music, so makes us happy too.
Yeah.
So we're at peace with him.
But he's done very well with his hands and his ears, because he has exceptional hearing. The band director says he has perfect pitch. So all his music that he's learned is just by listening. He's done very well, even though he's got two strikes.
I like this.
Behave.
Awesome.
Who was that Jack playing the bass?
Who was it?
It would be, right?
Yeah, it was me and he.
He plays classical, he plays Spanish, he plays oldies, he plays country, and he plays hard rock, like he says. He plays everything. All you have to do is ask him what you want and you can play it.
Let me ask you a question, Damien. When did you find out that you weren't autistic?
Do you remember? The mom and dad told you you were autistic and tried to explain it to you. When was that?
How do you feel the way you are?
Good.
What's your favorite instrument, or the instrument you like most?
The electric guitar, the regular one.
But which is the one you play all the time, and you've been playing that for years. What is that?
It's a Les Paul.
No, the keyboard.
Oh.
He's getting into different instruments, so.
Right now he's more interested in his electric guitar. Yes. But he gets up in the morning playing the keyboard, he goes to bed playing the keyboard.
Wow.
And the drums too, yes.
And he will hear a song and play it back for you. It might not sound exactly at the beginning, exactly the same way, but he works on it and he gets it.
He has a schedule that he set himself to listen to certain music. Mondays and Tuesdays is 60s oldies, regular oldies, right? Wednesdays is 50s. He has a series satellite radio song. And Sundays it's a country, old country, which is Roadhouse.
Thursday and Friday. Is what?
That's tomorrow.
Tomorrow, yes. And when do you listen to Tejano and 101?
Thursday and Friday.
Thursday and Friday.
Okay, and how's school for you?
It's good.
How is it good? Tell him. Is there something at school that you like about school?
Yes.
Which is?
Theater.
He likes theater.
Wow.
What
He
else?
was in a play
Band.
last year.
Wow.
Band too.
Of course.
Vanity. Wow. What play were you on last year?
The Lion King
Junior.
Wow.
Junior. I played the African drum.
How did you play the African drum?
I'll show him.
Okay.
Go ahead.
It's connected to the speaker vibrating.
Mm-hmm. It's connected to a speaker in his brain.
In his brain? Okay.
Okay.
His theater teacher loves to have him there. That was the tune that he played.
Wow. I can hear the song in my head.
Yeah.
That's that group, Robert Ray.
Okay,
That's him and Jose. That's the lead guitar player.
okay.
They've all been buddies. That's a whole band right there, and he was right there. That was one of the deals that they had downtown when they played. Him playing in the band, baritone. That's when he was a senior. Seniors were wearing that. He went to Rollies and he just did some solo music there and put out a music jar. I think he collected something like $20-something, $30-something, and he donated everything to the Boys and Girls Club. That was a band day that they had dressed up for, I don't remember what it was, heroes, special heroes, right? And he had a cape also. I think that the biggest thing that most people that have autistic children would have to do is constantly talk to them. And if we've always showed him a lot of affection, regardless where he's at. That is the main thing. And treat him as normal as possible. I think that's the biggest thing. We baby him some, but don't overdo that. Treat him as normal as possible. Constantly talk to him. Constantly show him affection.
Don't shelter him.
That's the biggest advice we've got. And just go to a doctor, and you can find a very good doctor. A good doctor. More power to them. Be careful with medications. Some medications work real well, and some kids, some don't. But in our case, we had one doctor that he never actually saw him. He had his what do you call them?
PAs.
The PAs they were the ones that would see him, and they would ask him, "How are you doing? You doing okay?" And they would just prescribe medications, and that wasn't helping him. So we got him off of that right away, and he's done very well with that.
Always communicate with your school. I mean,
Okay.
if you feel they're not really helping you, go to someone else with the school district. They are there because they do want to help you, but they also have to see that you want the help. Ask them, and then also keep as much in touch with the people they refer you to, like we did with the DARS program. You know, we've kept communication with them all the time he was growing up. And that's when we went to all those conferences and places where we could get more information and learn some more and see how other kids were. And, you know, it helps a lot. It hurts you it really hurts you because you don't want to see these kids the way they are, but it helps. It really does. It helps you understand your child even more.
The biggest thing is, I think, that a lot of people don't want to accept that they have a child that is autistic. Accept it and get the help as soon as possible.
Texas School
for the Blind and Visually
impaired. Yeah.
He's going for a month from the middle of June till the middle of July. And they, like he said, they get him a job and he works so many hours a week, he gets paid. And then they have him in a dorm and he learns washing clothes, cooking, you know, things like that. And then of course they have music, so he likes that. And then they take him up to the town, to the city, and they show him how to pay for himself and order and things like that. So.
And I sleep every night too.
He sleeps every night too. Last year he got a room by himself, so he loved it.
And you get to go swimming too, right, Pops? He loves the water.
One I like is the warm water.
The warm water. He's never been afraid of water. Of course, he doesn't know what it's really, what he can do, I guess. But he'll usually stay in the shower. Yes. He doesn't. And I've been wanting him to get the swimming lessons. And a couple of years ago, they told me, the city here, they told me, well, bring him, maybe somebody can help him learn how to swim. And I was going to do that, and then they said, no, we canceled it. Oh well. But he likes to be in the water anyway, so it's okay.
I like a lot of water.
He likes a lot of water. Especially when he showers, it doesn't come off till an hour later.
No.
Right?
When I
wash his hands.
Yeah.
That too.
A lot of water.
Yes, that too. Goes on and on and on and on. He's got a very good personality. I mean, we think he does.
I don't. Yeah.
Because he's seldom ever angry or upset, really. I mean, he's got his days that sometimes he's a little cranky because he doesn't get enough sleep or whatever, but he's most of the time he's just a real good old soul. Just do the best you can for him.
Yeah.
That's all really you can do. And to us, we never flinched. We never thought, oh my God, what are we going to do now? No.
If I may add, he was never a burden to us. No, never been a burden. Without God, it's almost impossible. When I got away from God, I was alone. I was lost. There's always somebody to turn to, especially God. That's it. So, yeah.
And I think God has given him everything he's got.
Yeah.
In a real good way.
We are the Lewis family, and this is Lemonade.